How you doing this week, people of YouTube land? Coming to you doing a rehousing. Well, I actually already did the rehousing. The footage I had of actually moving the spiders I accidentally deleted, so unfortunately I won't be able to show you the actual rehousing, but I'm going to show you the tarantulas and their new houses that they're now in. First off, I have this one's actually my girlfriend's, the Gamastola pulchra, Brazilian black. Lovely little tarantula, but she's currently a little twitchy because she's only been moved. I moved her yesterday. She might be nice and chill for us, but I'm not going to go trying to handle her at all. There she is. I'll turn on a light and see if we can see her better. Yeah. Let's see if my camera can focus on her. You can see her there, nestled in between the cork bark and the other bits of bark there. I actually built her a nice little kind of archway there she can hide under, as well as the cork bark. She hasn't done any digging yet, but I'm sure she will. She's a little purple plant there, and bottle cap for water, which actually is completely empty, so I'll probably just put a bit of water in that. How I normally want to put water in if I'm not trying to disturb the tarantula and pull things in and out of their enclosure is I'll actually use a spray bottle just to spray some water in. So she may react. Let's see. I don't want to spray the enclosure and get it more moist, because the soil I put in is slightly wetter than I wanted it to be. I had tried to dry it out a bit, but anyone who's used to keeping tarantulas will know when you moisten your cocoa soil to loosen the brick, it sometimes can take a while to dry back out. So she didn't freak out too much from that, but I'll move on to the next one now. So next here now we have my vagans, which I'll show you as well. Actually molted just before I moved her, so she hasn't actually eaten yet since she's molted. She's only about maybe 5 days, four I think, since the molt. Molted recently enough. I normally wait like 7 days or so after they've molted to make sure that they're completely hardened up again, as they go all soft, like kind of jelly and pale. But she's got her colours. I am kind of hoping to feed her sooner rather than later, because her butt's a little small at the moment after that molt, but she's a lovely girl. I'll take her lid off completely if it doesn't freak her out, so we can see her a bit better. I think she'll behave if I take the lid off completely, and I'll try even shining the light on her. Your lovely hairs, and you can see I think you can actually see the red a bit better without the light on it. But her legs still aren't completely fully dark. If you can see, they're still a tiny bit pale at the tips. But hoping to feed her in the next few days. Probably give her a few waxworms just to help kind of fatten her up as well. Normally would feed her crickets, but with her butt being a little small, I might give her a waxworm or two as a treat as well. I'm actually going to try and feed my pumpkin patch in a minute with 1 or 2 of them. So that's my vagans anyway. She actually has no name, so if anyone has any name suggestions for her, she is a female, a definite female. So many name suggestions for her would be appreciated. But we'll move on to the next one now. So this is my Hapalopus species Columbia that's in this enclosure here, which was a new enclosure that I bought from the local pet shop. I'll take the lid off. The lid comes completely off like that, which I like. And then you have those lips, so if you have a flighty tarantula, it's not going to just run straight out on you. Yeah, I put a nice piece of cork bark in there, and that little fake purple tree thing there, which I made out of, it's actually made out of a few cocktail sticks and some purple leaves off an aquarium plant. So you can see it's webbed up a little bit outside there. Sorry if I can get the camera to focus. It's webbed up out there. It dug this, it webbed up from the wood to the ground there, and then dug a burrow underneath and basically made an actual wall. It was kind of cool to watch. I unfortunately didn't think to record it at the time because I'm an idiot, but she has two entrances. She has one over on this side here, which if the camera would focus you can see that one there, and she has another entrance over this one. I think, yeah, she's actually over at this side at the moment, so I'm gonna get a wax worm and try and feed her. Apologies, I'll actually just, while I get a wax worm, I'm just gonna pause the video. Okay, I have it now. I'm trying to find a camera angle, the best camera angle that I can give you and still be in focus at least a little bit. See if you can focus. Get her to come out for you. She wants to go back in, straight back in, of course, so we don't get a good look with her. And you see her fighting to pull that away from my tweezers there. I say she, this one I actually don't know whether it's a male or a female yet. I haven't gotten a good enough molt or a good enough look underneath her yet. She's probably big enough now to sex by eye, but she's just never anywhere. I'd love if she'd come out and spend some time up against the glass for me to be able to see. You know, you're better off checking with a molt, but you can kind of get an idea by looking at them. But yeah, she took that anyway. She was happy for that. So I'll move on, and I'll show you the last two that I rehoused. So these are the last two. These are my two little brachypelma albulosum slings. I actually have a third one which I haven't rehoused yet, who is over here. If you can see him, he's down in the little burrow down there. If the camera will focus, you can see that right there with my thumb. That's him in there, sort of. Yeah, that is him. Yeah. His molt, he molted recently, and his molt is in there beside him as well, so that's why if the camera will focus, it's hard to see. They're still really small. Like, they look ridiculous in this. I'll actually overlay a few pictures of them in here in a second. But this one here dug a little burrow underneath the little piece of bark I put in. I don't know how deep this one goes. This one though, if I can get the right camera angle, this one dug underneath that bit of wood there, and literally since last night, if we can see, just underneath the bottom there, if you can make it out in the camera, you see on the far side at the bottom there, there's a little burrow, a little hole in the bedding. This one's gone the whole way down to the bottom, which I was hoping they would kind of do. I would prefer if they come out in the open, but they're only slings, so I don't expect them to spend much time in the open at the moment. My bigger brachy female, she builds really impressive burrows. When I let her, I tried rehousing her a while ago into one with shallower bedding just to see if she'd spend a bit more time out in the open, but she still found a way to build burrows. So I'm actually probably in the next week or two probably going to do a rehousing of her, well, not a rehousing, but just redoing her bedding so she can build a nice impressive burrow. But anyway, thanks for watching, and please give a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. Thanks, bye. Perfect.